Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning.
Out of our teen sports listeners, I'm your host, Erica, the queen of teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday.
this whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes. Woo! And we're talking all athletes. It's raining. We love the rain, though. Hey, Dr. D.
Well, good day to you. It's beautiful. I love everything greening up. I realize that's going to require me to pull out the old weed whacker in a couple of weeks, but I don't care. I love this weather.
Well, it's so funny because we got Carolyn Given in the house. How you doing, Carolyn?
What's up? I'm great.
Yeah, so we went, it was last Wednesday. It was so funny. And I knew we have a Prius and a Range Rover. And, you know, it wasn't torrential, but it was torrential the day before. And it was so funny. We didn't take the Prius because we didn't know if it would have got electrocuted with that big puddle that you had in front of the farm. Okay? It was good. I'm like, Dominique, hold on, baby. And I'm like, oh, I had to push buttons I never pushed before on that car. It was awesome.
You had to bring your kayak with.
And it was so funny because, you don't even have an umbrella. You're just an old school girl. You don't got no gloves. And Dominique goes, you want to go out and say hi to Carolyn? I go, hell no, she's loading trucks. So, Carolyn, we love you so much. And that's why I go pick them up. And it's so funny. On the way home, we see the Something's Good organic delivery van driving right by. And I go, and I'm thinking, I like to go to the farm and pick it up. It's kind of fun. It just makes you, I don't know. I get really in touch with the whole thing. And this week's harvest that we got to call it a harvest because, it's the only way to go. And if you wanted to, you can go online. You can pick your favorites. As a matter of fact, I like it because you got breads going on right now. You also have eggs. There's lots of things. Dominique, what's your best part of the box?
Well, Carolyn, when you go to the farm, it's so nice. You could swap something out. Like if you're not fond of kale, you could swap it out for another head of lettuce. That's really nice that you do that.
I just wait behind the barn and wait for somebody to drop off the tomatoes because I'm a tomato. How can anybody not like tomatoes? What is wrong with you people?
If y'all have any special requests for that trade basket, you let me know. I'll make sure it's there.
I love those tomatoes. Oh, well, because there's a whole tomato story.
Tomatoes are on their way, along with strawberries.
I know. We got blueberries, the sweet potatoes. Oh, my God. I had a sweet potato. It's almost as big as a bowling ball. It was blue ribbon. Okay. I just carried around and showed people. This is how I got the neighbor to sign up because of the sweet potato. Okay. It was awesome. Well, listen, I could go
3 hours, but it was worth it.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I like spending time with you here. We got a lot of show, but please stick around. Is there anything you want to make? Any announcements you want to make so we can help you out? Anything you need?
Anything I need?
Yeah. You want what?
Oh, yeah.
You need sunshine? I don't know. What do you need? We'll make that happen.
I'm loving the rain. I think the rain is the future of the farm. We're kind of hanging tight. You're going to see the effects of this a couple months from now when there's no produce available because we couldn't plant anything. But sign up, get a box of veggies, come support local because that's the future. And now.
Something'sgoodorganic.com.
Something'sgoodorganic.com. Yeah.
It's the best. All right, great. Well, we also have with us, we've got returning Ed Langlow. How you doing, Ed?
Good morning, Erica. It's good to see all you guys this morning.
Richard Ellsworth is going to be in a little bit. We've got the CEO from Youthwell, Rachel Seidel. How you doing, Rachel?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And then we've got Karina Maharani. How you doing, Karina?
I'm fabulous. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Well, this is a powerhouse group, and we're going to get to it. Let's do our recaps. First up, Romy Davies is in the house. Romy, talk to me. What's going on in Santa Barbara?
Thank you, Erica, and hello, everyone. This is Romy Davies, Santa Barbara High School senior, reporting back from Santa Barbara, California, with this week's Aspidon Sports Recap, which goes out to my friends Devin and Griffin Gura, who go to boarding school in Boston. In swim news, our school's swim teams swept Oxnard on Friday, the boys winning 104-58 and the girls 89-78. Evan Ensel and Gabriel Gill were double winners for the boys. Ensel won the 200 freestyle and 100 butterfly, while Gill took the 200 IM and 100 backstroke. There were 3 double winners for the girls. Sophia Stevens won the 50 free and 100 back, Abby Weber took the 200 IM and 100 fly, and Alani M. prevailed in the 200 and 100 free. Both teams are now 2-0 in Channel League and dual meets. They They host Buena on Tuesday, starting at 2:30 p.m. In volleyball news, the boys volleyball team did an incredible job beating our crosstown rivals San Marcos on Friday night. The boys received contributions from everyone to pull out a 23-25, 26-24, 23-25, 27-25, and then 15-11 marathon, and hand San Marcos its first league loss. After being swept by SM at their first meeting, this is quite a victory for the boys, and their coach Chad Arneson said it was definitely their biggest win of the season. Junior setter and captain Ford Harmon set the pace for the boys in the back-and-forth match, handing out 48 assists to go with 8 kills and 8 digs. The boys are now 5-1 in league, the same standing as San Marcos. In baseball news, the boys baseball team took a 10-2 win over Oxnard in a Channel League game this Saturday. The boys stole 9 bases, led by Kai Malt with 3. Dane Dawson, Liam Keithley, and Eric Anthony each collected multiple hits, and Zeke Adderley had an RBI triple for the boys, which improved to 5-1 in league, keeping them tied in first place with San Marcos and Buena. That's it for this week's SB Dons recap, and see you next time.
Thank you, Romy. DP High School's Valeria Chargers time. What's going on, Valeria?
Thanks, Erica, and hey everyone, I'm Valeria Tiburcio Romo, back with this week's Charger recap. Starting off with softball, they played against St. Buenaventura. The final score was 4-2, the Chargers taking the win. Then, boys volleyball played against the SB Dons. Unfortunately, the Chargers lost with the final score of 4-1. Towards the end of the week, we had 2 amazing wins against San Marcos. The first was baseball with the final score of 3-2, and the second was softball with the final score of 6-1. And before I end this recap, I want to give a huge shout out to my little sister. Keep working hard. And that is it for this week's Charger recap. I'm Valeria Tiburcio Romo, and I'll see y'all next week.
Okay, we've got a senior in the house, Sean Walters, Bishop Diego High School Cardinals. Sean, talk to me.
Thank you so much, Erica. This is Bishop Diego High School senior Sean Walters signing on once again to give you the Bishop Diego High School sports recap. I'm absolutely thrilled to give a special shout out to and say that this segment goes out to the one and only Erica. Erica, I just want to say thank you for all that you do for everyone. We are so blessed to know you. Now, after a long week of cancellations due to the severe rain and flooding, we got things kicked off on Wednesday as the boys volleyball team got a big league win on the road at Dunn, 3-0. Senior Liam Flood led the way for the Cardinals with 12 kills, and other senior Braylon Caters had 7 aces. The following day on Thursday, the boys faced Kate at home and beat them 3-0 in 3 sets. Unsurprisingly, Liam Flood balled out once again as he had 15 kills and Braylon Caters had 7. Way to go, guys. The Bishop Diego boys golf team also played on Thursday and sadly lost in 9 holes to a very talented St. Bonaventure team at Los Olivos Links. Sophomore Carlos Moreno shot a team low 39 on the day. Great try though, boys. You'll get them next time. Once again on Thursday though, the boys tennis team traveled down to Wainimi High School while short 1 player, causing them having to forfeit 3 sets. Despite this setback, they were still able to tie them 9-9. That is beyond impressive. Sophomore Aaron Bush finished number 1 in singles, and Max Schwartz and Augustine Gaona swept all of their 6 sets. Great job, guys. That's just incredible. Well, everyone, that's all I've got this week for your Bishop Sports Recap. Thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to tune in once again next week. This is Sean Walters signing off.
All right, San Marcos Royal Duet, Ambrose Partee, Sammy Schaefer. What's going on over there?
Thanks, Erica. It's Sammy and Ambrose here with your weekly sports update.
Starting off with volleyball, our girls went 3-0 in the 4-team event, sweeping all 5 matches against Laguna Blanca, Santa Ynez, and Santa Barbara.
Seniors Lily Blankenhorn and Riley Green won all their games in straight sets at the inaugural San Marcos Beach Volleyball Duels Invitational on Saturday at the Royals on-campus courts.
And last week, our girls improved to a 10-0 record on the season with a pair of wins against Buena and Oxnard.
And last Wednesday, our boys rolled to a 25-19, 25-6, and 25-8 sweep over Oxnard in a Channel League volleyball match Wednesday in the Thunder Hut.
Junior opposite Nate Loomer had 6 kills on 8 swings and hit .625.
And our boys were crowned champions of the 46th annual Dos Pueblos Invitational Saturday after going a perfect 6-0 in pool play and playoffs. And junior Jack Wilson was named tournament MVP.
Moving on to golf, our San Marcos golfer Shams Jahangir Arshad shot a 4-under 68 at Sandpiper last Thursday to lead the Royals to a 382-430 win over San Ynez.
Great job, boys. Now moving on to tennis. Our number one singles player, Jed Greenwald, swept his 3 sets against Dos Pueblos Thursday, leading the Royals to a 13-5 Channel League win over the Chargers.
The San Marcos number one doubles team of Joey and Charlie Friedman continued their winning streak, also sweeping 3 sets 6-3, 6-2, and 6-2.
Shea Suzuki and Kyle Schaefer pulled off 2 close wins for San Marcos with impressive cross-court rallies and aggressive poaching. Great job, boys.
Moving on to baseball, last Saturday our boys beat Dos Pueblos 11-4 in a bounce-back win following Friday's crushing loss 3-2 at DP.
Our winning pitcher, senior Caden Hodina, said, "We came in and there was no way we were going to lose back-to-back games against DP. We really put the effort in today."
Hodina picked up the win, pitching 5.1 innings and allowing 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 walk. He struck out 5 others.
Shortstop Mason Pettingill broke the game open with a 3-run double in the 3rd inning.
Patrick Kelly led off the San Marcos 3rd inning with a walk and moved to second on a sacrifice from Stephen Bradley. Hodina followed with a double into left field corner for the game-tying run.
Owen Estabrook followed with a walk, and Bren Chicata poked an opposite field double to right for an RBI to put San Marcos in the lead.
Darren Orlando drew a walk to load the bases, and Brad Chicata was hit by a pitch for an RBI and a 3-1 advantage.
Estabrook scored in the 4th on a double and a pair of wild pitches. Our Royals added 4 more runs in the 5th, capitalizing on 3 walks and 2 hit batters.
Kelly had 2 hits and scored 2 runs for San Marcos, which improved them to 5-1 in league and 7-4 overall.
Great job, boys.
That's all we have for you this week.
Erica, back to you.
All right, we've got a powerhouse show. Stay here. Up next, Ed Langlow, If Only I'd Known.
And this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
Good morning. This is Ed Langlow with If Only I'd Known. If Only I'd Known is a mentor's moment with the teens with us remotely on Zoom, as well as those listening in on the radio. Today's segment is titled, You Are More Than Your Circumstances. If you feel overwhelmed by any of the circumstances in your life, you're not alone. Everybody has some negative issues in their life. Whatever it is that's starting to overwhelm you, having a mantra can help. We should all have a positive statement to remind us that there is a way out of those darker times in our lives. Make a habit of having a positive mantra. One of the advantages of being young is you can form good lifelong habits. If only I'd known when I was young how much influence a positive thought could have, and to avoid the negative people in my life. Just having a couple of positive sayings, maybe you could put them on your phone's calendar to read every morning. One I like a lot is, well, it's the title of this segment. I am more than my circumstances. Or I'm bigger than the negative issues in my life. Remind yourself of that. Or if you're having some issues with drugs, I am not my addiction. I am not my addiction. And I'm strong enough to ask for help. Whether it's alcohol or drugs, addictions are a hard thing to deal with on your own. So don't be afraid to ask someone you trust for help. Each and every one of us are bigger than the negative burdens in our lives. You may or may not be able to change those circumstances, but you can change the way you deal with them. Remember, it's not what happens that will affect your life, but what you make of it. It's the meaning you give what happened or what you do about it that's going to determine its effect on your life. I am more than my circumstances. Well, the word circumstances can cover a lot of territory, more than we have time to discuss here today. So instead of going into all the different things that might qualify, just believe in yourself and have a plan for where you want to be tomorrow or next month or 5 years from now. Picture yourself at that place with those circumstances you're dealing with, defeated and behind you. Promise you this, if you develop just one mantra that you can read every morning, it'll help you rise above any negative issues in your life. You are more than the negative circumstances in your life. Keep it positive, and I'll see you next time on If Only I'd Known.
Nice. We missed you, Ed.
Thank you, Erica.
That's so funny because I know, Karina, you work a lot with the mental issues, and I know, Rachel, you do as well. Dominique, Alex, we're all here in the house. Carolyn, I know with all this rain, you're going to say, what am I going to be putting in boxes in the next few months? Well, we'll start with Karina. Do you have any add on to that?
Yes, I really love how Ed helps us to elevate us away from the present moment, because sometimes in the moment we feel so overwhelmed where we at.
Oh, yeah.
We cannot even see, right? We cannot even see how we can ever move out of these emotions. And sometimes it takes that little positive affirmation to lift us a little tiny bit out of our funk. And then the next things happen and the next things happen. Sometimes it's truly true that the better it gets, the better it gets. So you might just want to step outside, get a little bit of fresh air, take a breath, feel a tiny bit better. Not a big deal, a tiny bit better. And have a little snack and get your blood sugar under control, a tiny bit better. And so it builds on itself, and because also nutrition is such an important piece of today's talk, prana-rich food, like the kind of food that organic food with a lot of life force has, can really shift how we feel. We all of a sudden feel this support from Mother Nature in our body. And each cell is getting pumped up with more life force and optimism and wellness. And the nervous system and the brain cannot help to catch up when the body starts to feel better. So I think little steps are really the way to go.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. I was kind of a crankopotamus that one day until I went to Something's Good Organic and I pulled out a bowling ball that was dressed as a sweet potato. That made my day. Let me tell you, I was so happy. I showed everybody my sweet potato. I mean, it's and then I kind of lied by the end of the day. I grew that sweet potato because I needed to have, that connection. But I'm outing that right now. Carolyn, you guys grew that sweet potato. So I tell you, we're really thankful to have you guys in town. And it's true because food is medicine and it really does change your thought process. Carolyn.
Yeah, I just want to say what old wisdom that is for our youth, how important that message is. It, can really feel dark sometimes, and being able to change your story and take a breath, and you'd be amazed how a positive mind frame can really change your life and help you move forward. Thank you, Ed. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
Well, speaking of youth, we've got the CEO of youth in the house, youthwell.org. Rachel, talk to me. What do you say?
Well, the timing's amazing. We just did a newsletter yesterday all about how the importance of food on our mental health and how starting with plant-based foods, right? So we actually talk to teens a lot about this because so often teens associate food with body image and weight and dieting. And we forget how important it is to our moods and how much it affects our, that crashing in the afternoons when you're having a Frappuccino and not remembering to have that balance of, protein and other good things that we need in our diets. But and then thinking, Ed and Karina, about what you were saying, just another piece. I work with a lot of interns, college and high school interns, and we were meeting last night about how important it is to journal and how do you start writing some of these things down in a way that's not overwhelming. And so giving yourself daily prompts that even if it's just 2 or 3 sentences, to start changing that mindset and practicing that self-care and self-love.
Nice. Hey, let's do this. Stay here. We've got Alex Ramirez right after these messages.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, 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 oh.
back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
Hey, everyone. This is Alex of Fit for Life 805 at Teen Sports Radio. Continuing to talk about nutrition, and our kids, you know, they don't understand how important it is to sleep, hydrate, and get that well-balanced meal. And unfortunately, society puts that pressure to look a certain way, be a certain way, act a certain way. And you also have social media influencing you. And our parents, you know, are the role models. And so parents, you got to step it up and let your kids know how important it is to sleep, hydrate, exercise, and try to find a well-balanced meal, getting your protein, your fruits, your veggies. Even if you don't like veggies, find something that you like. Even lentils are technically a vegetable, so you can sneak in some legumes, some beans, whatever it is. Just figure it out, because there's something for everyone, and it does help with your perspective, right, Ed? Giving you that positive mindset, because if you're hungry and dehydrated, man, are we cranky.
Oh, yeah.
They have that new emotion now. They call it hangry, you know. It's a mixture of hunger and becoming angry because you're hungry.
Oh, yeah. I get headaches when I'm hungry. So, yeah, it can definitely affect you.
Yeah, it can definitely change your outlook and your perspective for sure.
Alex, one thing I think that you said is so important, though, is parent role modeling. When we talk about all of this with healthy eating, it has to be the whole family. It can't be just saying this is all good if we're not doing it in the house and slowly changing those patterns.
Yes, absolutely. The parents need to lead by example, you know, and if they're living an unhealthy lifestyle, unfortunately, the kids are going to follow suit. It's just kind of how it is. And it's sometimes, you know, economically, you know, financially, it's hard, but you know, you got to sneak in those healthy meals where you can. Fruit is totally affordable and it can go a long way, you know, and so you gotta make it happen for yourself. And it starts with the kids. I'm sorry, with the parents leading by example.
All you got to do is really look at everybody's Costco carts. That's how I go. It hasn't changed. Nothing has changed.
One of the best tips, though, that I've gotten when we've talked to nutritionists about this is in terms of keeping it simple. So, you know, if you're going to get the processed foods, et cetera, look at the side of the box, right? The less ingredients on it, the better. So if you can just make those simple, subtle changes. Mm-hmm. My daughter just recently listened to a podcast and it's driving me crazy because now all these other things I can't buy, but talking about the oils, right? So canola and vegetable oil and all the bad things about them. And so now she makes me read the side of everything. If it doesn't have olive oil or grapeseed oil or avocado oil, you can't buy it.
Well, that's how Skippy got kicked out of this house. I understand.
Right?
No more Skippy. Skippy's
those little things where you just don't even think about it.
I know. Well, unless the oil is on the top of that peanut butter, I'm not allowed to buy it. That's it. Which is good. Yeah, my son gave me he is 28. He goes, let me show you your peanut butter. You know, because I send him a mommy basket. I wasn't even thinking. A lot of stuff you can't send, you know, because he's in Reno. So I don't know. I just had a flashback to childhood. Okay, bad mommy rotten award, whatever you want to do. He goes, Mom, your peanut butter, my peanut butter. He gets the organic. And I said, it's good. See, I said, you had to learn all that. I put you in the right place with the right people. That's it. I'm still going to take that. So anyways, Dominique, say something. What are you doing? I see a pretty face. I don't see a picture. Are you running around?
I'm the techie in the background, making sure everything's working.
All right, but you have to add value. Let's go. Say something.
Well, there's interesting things we're finding out about coconut oil. So we put MCT oil in our coffee. We also put a little bit of ghee in because the brain works off of those healthy fats. And the surprising thing is skim milk is not good for you. There was an excellent article in Epoch Times discussing all the studies that weren't published about skimmed milk, and that skimmed milk actually causes you to put on unhealthy fat.
It's funny because I always get a special coffee every morning, and I just think, you know, we have a coffee machine. We kind of coffee snobs here. So I'm getting the special coffee. I have no idea. So we were here the other day and Dominique goes, yeah, I put ghee in it and I put collagen, and she says all this. And I'm like, yeah, it's gross. And she goes, you've been drinking it that way for a year. I'm like, who knew? I don't know. Sitting there analyzing the coffee. It was really good. She hides it with cinnamon, because then, that just kills everything, right? But it's good when you take coffee and elevate it and put in all those things. So you really can't taste it. I mean, that's just kind of a hack, when you get, I don't know, coffee is a big thing at any age. I started drinking coffee at 16, but Dr. D, how'd you like breakfast this morning?
Very good. Love the sunny side up eggs and the hash browns, bagel with cream cheese, a little bacon on the side there. It was very good. It was kind of nice. Still, it's funny. I'm just kind of dragging through some of these days and just doing the best I can to make it through from one day to the next, just because of the energy level. I don't know. I doubt it's jet lag because Arizona's only an hour off and now they're the same. So I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, well, we had a little power meeting this morning. I might as well just reveal Eternity Ready Radio, and now they're adding TV. Has added us. There's only 2 podcasts that they've added, or 2 radio shows that they've added to their streaming of Christian music, and we're one of them. So now we're airing 5 days a week, which is 9:00 Central Time. So every morning I get to listen to Teen Sports Radio, which is kind of cool. And then we just invited to their live global conference on June 10th. So I'm really excited about that. So Jeremiah Ferris, Eternity Ready Radio, we love you and thank you for all the support. Let's take another break. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages.
Well, now together we will stand, every boy, girl, woman, and a man. Together we'll stand, divided we'll fall. Come on now, people, let's get on the ball and work together. Come on, let's work together. Now, people, because together we will stand, every boy, every girl, and a man.
We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
Every single Tuesday.
9 a.m.
How exciting. We've got back on track in the act. That's so silly. Richard Ellsworth. He's kind of like our third son, right?
Yes.
I know. He's the only one that returns my calls. Richard, I'm not even paying for his school. Isn't that nice? I know, it was funny. So anyway, talk to us, Richard. Introduce yourself real quick for somebody just tuning in, and then I wanna touch on a topic.
Okay. Well, I'm Richard Ellsworth, and I'm a chiropractic student. And I'm here with you today, live from Life West Chiropractic College. And I love coming on the radio with you guys and talking about some of the latest health topics and sports related topics and see if I can lend some insights based on the education that I have in chiropractic.
Nice. Okay, I want to toss 2 words out at you and see how smart you are. No, I already know you're super smart.
Okay, go for it.
Great smart. Okay, hope molecules.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what? Have you heard of those?
I have heard of them. I haven't done a whole lot of digging into them, but hope molecules are kind of a modern idea that within our muscles, there are specific molecules that are antidepressant that specifically regulate mood. And when we exercise, we release these molecules into our bloodstream, and they have an endocrine effect, meaning that they have an effect on our hormones that then is alleviating stress. It's kind of a way of explaining why exercise has been shown for decades to be antidepressant, anti-anxiety, and essentially a mood regulator. I would argue that there are some other things going on too. I don't know the exact science behind the hope molecules, but I do know that there are a lot of reasons why exercising can help to reduce anxiety, stress, depression, all of that. Why they're mood stabilizers, right?
So my dad and mom, I mean, it's so funny. When I was like being a pill, my dad used to always say, go run around the block. So there was something to that.
Oh, for sure.
This is, right. So this was back in the 60s. So there you go. Huh?
Right.
Who would have known?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's huge. And personally, I kind of thought we were already clear on the why. So I think it's kind of interesting that this idea of hope molecules is being introduced. And I'll have to read more into it and see if maybe it's a way of explaining what we've known for a while, which is basically that when you exercise, you release testosterone. Right. Testosterone is the hormone of kind of more of a calmness and balance. Of course, testosterone is also pretty high when someone is getting, kind of angry or having a very male sort of fit, like a need to punch something or frustration. Right. But testosterone is also the hormone of kind of a calmness. I remember for a while there, I was taking a bunch of supplements to increase testosterone. I'm actually doing that now, too, while I exercise, and it dramatically lowers my levels of stress during the day and significantly increases my mood. So maybe it more relates to testosterone.
Right. But what about for our teen athletes out there listening? Well, it applies to anybody, but this is a teen sports radio show. Well, I mean, to work in like the meditation, because that would be the opposite, right? That's more of a mindfulness training. So does that release testosterone that help with your mood, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, it does. So when you meditate, you are absolutely increasing your testosterone, but it's less about increasing testosterone and it's more about bringing balance to your hormones. So meditation will naturally help your hormones to balance out because you're taking your mind out of the way and allowing your body to do what it's supposed to do. It's allowing your body to tap into that innate intelligence that's the organizing force within the body, making everything happen, making all the rhythms and movements that need to happen in your body to function optimally.
Right. Okay. And then the last thing, I always go this with my both of my boys, as you know, were athletes and played ball in college and whatnot. And my youngest one, he can't start his day without getting a steam. So he always says it relaxes him. He's just ready. It focuses him, but he needs to get that steam. You have one of those steam things too, right? How does that help out?
What is a steam thing?
When you go into a steam room, you have one of those sauna beds.
Oh, a sauna. Yeah.
Sauna. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure.
The new modern steam is old school. That's what we call steam. Right? You call it sauna. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Steam sounds like it could be some latest Gen Z slang. I don't know.
Well, it's old school. It's really old.
Old
it's
school.
Like 50,
okay.
50 years old. Okay, go ahead.
So I use a sauna. It's a little bit different than steam. Steam is a great way. Heat is a great way to increase your levels of energy. Right. So if you get up in the morning and you're feeling a little lethargic, or throughout the day you're getting a little tired, that steam is going to increase your energy. So is a sauna that's operating using infrared heat, right? So you have saunas that use near infrared and saunas that use far infrared. Saunas that use near infrared are actually going to dramatically lower your levels of energy and make you kind of sleepy, right? So it's a little bit different. Ones that use far infrared are actually going to help the water in your body convert to almost like a gelatinous type substance. And that gelatinous type substance is a little bit more easily absorbed by the body, which will also, to an extent, increase your energy, but you'll get a really, really good night's sleep.
Nice. Dominique, she's hanging on here. She's all excited.
Well, I have a slightly another question to ask Richard. I ran across talking about anxiety and lowering stress. I ran across a suggestion of going into the bathroom and splashing your face with cold water. And that as soon as you splash your face with cold water, there is an old, I want to say limbic brain response to the body where the heart rate lowers and you get an immediate calming effect.
That might help you before your finals tomorrow, Richard.
Have you heard anything about adding that to your stress reduction of splashing with cold water? Because I know after I exercise, I love to drink cold water, and and it feels really good.
Yeah, so this is actually, believe it or not, this is a good segue. It's tying into the same idea of these hope molecules, right? Which is the idea that when you put a stress on the body will actually come back to a calmer space because you're training your mitochondria to handle stress better, right? Mitochondria being the powerhouses of the cell, the energy producers, right? That are regulating how energy is produced and used in your body. So what's going on when you're splashing your face with cold water is you're actually kind of shocking your system a little bit. You're creating something that's different. So your brain ends up focusing on something else. But at the same time, that shock is putting just a little bit of stress on the mitochondria, which are pulling your awareness back into your body a little bit more, thus reducing the stress in that moment. And it's the same idea with exercising, right? You're stressing those molecules, which is allowing them to have what's called a hormetic response, right? Where your hormones are becoming more resilient due to the energy production from the mitochondria. And that stress is creating a stronger system overall.
Dang.
I love it.
I love it. I know. And you always, you get right underneath that 8 minutes because you know we got to go to break and we know you've got to get out of here. But listen, please leave us your contact information if any of the teens or parents for their kids or whatever want to get a hold of you.
Sure, absolutely. I'm always available by phone or text. That's a great way to get a hold of me at 860-560-6899. Or you can always shoot me an email at mountainsagehealingarts@gmail.com.
Thank you, Richard. We love you. Good luck in finals tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after these messages.
Streets of Brazil, back in the USSR, way down in LA, every day, dancing in the street, crossing China too, me and you, dancing in the street.
We are back, and this is Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday,
9 a.m.
Welcome back. This is Dominique Hackett with Santa Barbara Wellness Center. You're with Teen Sports Radio. We're going to have a conviviality moment, which is embracing community and connecting with happiness. So we're going to go around, and everybody's going to give a shout out.
All right, we'll start. Dr. Dugan, you go first.
I am going to send out a word of gratitude to my older sister, Cecilia, who has been there for me as she's going through, obviously, the loss of our father. But she has been there, and we just really have connected even more, and the whole family as well. But to my sister, Cecilia, thank you for being there. Couldn't ask for a better sister.
Nice. Ed Langlow.
I'd like to give a shout out to Hayashida Physical Therapy. I've been going down there for a little nerve impingement in my shoulder, and they've been working wonders down there, getting me pain-free.
Nice.
So thank you, Hayashida.
Karina.
I want to give a shout out to my dear friend and Teen Sports Radio co-host Nimita from Nimita Cuisine, who has been feeding our community with healthy organic foods from the farms for so many years. And thank you for keeping us healthy.
Yeah, Nimita has been with us since the beginning here, 2010. She's amazing. Yes. Actually, I got reintroduced to Dominique at one of her cooking classes. Awesome. Hi, Dominique. Dominique, what do you say?
Love to Nimita and love to Karina for teaching Ayurvedic practices. Everyone should go to her website for Ayurvedic Sacred Bodywork.
Nice. I want to go back to you, Karina, because I remember I will crush the name so badly, but Damita had said because she did some kind of oil therapy and she really is pushing me to come see you. She wants me to detox and all that. Yes. We've got a minute. Can you explain what that is real fast?
Great. So it's called Panchakarma, and it's an Ayurvedic gentle detox, and while what you do every day is really important, sometimes in your life, you want to create a milestone of do more deeper cleansing and deeper restoring of your body. And this is an ancient protocol combining a series of treatments over a series of days to help your body to reset its balance. So get rid of toxins and build up rejuvenation. And I think maybe, this is something that, is very needed in our present day.
Carolyn Givens, you need that.
I've done it before. It's amazing.
Really?
And I do need it. It's hard because I have these tiny little kids to get down, but it's amazing. I recommend it.
You really have done it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've lived in Santa Barbara for 20 plus years.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. So I didn't do it yet.
There's always time.
I know, right? I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it. Okay. Alex, have you done it?
I have not. No.
I feel better.
I have. Yeah. There's always, you got to try everything at least once, right? So yes, I would be down to try it. And, honestly, ladies, a quick shout out to all of you who are preaching the kind of a holistic approach of using food as medicine and trying to reduce processed foods and, spreading that word that, it's okay to take care of yourself and to look into yourself and to realize that things stress you out and cause problems, cause conflict, and look into yourself and breathe through it. Step away, go outside, get some good food, get some water, and approach life with a new positive perspective, right, Ed? So thanks to all of you who are preaching that good word of holistic health.
Hey, Alex, are you still doing the walk with me?
Well, it kind of evolved, and now my clients are wanting to do something where we're focusing more on our protein around our exercise times because they're not getting enough protein. And so now I'm doing a big protein 12-week challenge where we're just trying to find different combinations of foods, like with lentils and fruits and grains, trying to go plant-based, but not all my clients are plant-based, but I can at least get them started with the foundation of some plants and then add in their lean protein. So that's what we're kicking into right now is going on this big resistance training, meal timing, nutrient timing, protein kick right now.
Nice. Beautiful. Ray, what's your contact info real fast?
Just give me a call, 805-896-7514, 805-896-7514.
Thank you. Rachel.
Karina, I just have to say that I have a group of women coming to town in the fall, and I'm going to be reaching out to you because I'm thinking that we need to come over and do some stuff with you.
Yes, I love that. I love women's circles.
It sounds fantastic.
What is it? I don't know if Dominique, or not Dominique, but even Namita, I don't like the circle. Okay, no? It scares me.
Oh, no.
I don't do the circle. I don't like roundabouts. I don't like anything like that. I think I'm
very good. We'll put you in a square.
Yeah, I want a square. No. Maybe a triangle. Maybe I'm like, four like that better more. I don't know. I don't like. Every time I used to help with the cooking shows and everything, I used to help with the dishes, because I don't have a life. And then she always does the circle. I'm like, I'm never going to go in that beep circle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. Not going to do that circle. I don't know why. I have issues.
Some old trauma from me.
It is. Well, from Saturn, I guess. I don't know. So listen, we got a minute left. I'm going to just sing here. I just had a great meet and greet with a woman, Mandy Gold at Haymore Real Estate in Arizona. I know it's kind of out there, but if anybody in the bucket list or whatever, California, I'm not saying I'm going anywhere, but if Arizona was on your, list of potential retirement or, you want to get your kids set up for school or whatever, she's bomb.com, Mandy Gold, Haymore Realty. Give her a shout. And listen, forget the umbrellas. Just get out there. Walk with Alex. Get the rain. Okay, the rain is good. All right. God bless you all. Keep smiling on your face. See you next week.
unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible.